existence of aliens is being kept hidden from the public. One man makes it his mission to discover the truth.
Bonker.
Mr.
Bonker.
Manager, MCC, we are able to identify a tumbling object. Copy. And Mission Manager, MPC, be advised, from our vantage point, we do not see a growth chute, negative growth. Copy.
Vertigo box, the track bears 2009 miles, sir.
Thank you for Vertigo.
Vertigo box, it looks like we have a no-shoot, sir. Vector 200,
Mission
put it under
Manager,
those 8 miles, look for an impact.
MPC, negative growth, negative chute.
Copy, we see the visual.
Impact at 5855 past the hour. Impacted vehicle on the surface.
Now, in this final piece of footage, we will once again be looking at a cockpit camera view, this time from a MiG-21. The camera plane and 3 others were scrambled to intercept an unknown craft flying at very high speed, which is visible here as a large, cylindrical-shaped object. And as the Russian planes close in, the UFO suddenly picks up speed and disappears. Here it is once again. You'll notice the cylinder seems to be traveling at about the same speed as the MiGs until about here. And then it seems to increase its speed, which, according to pilots, must have reached at least Mach 3 in about 10 seconds.
A lot of this footage was declassified after the Soviet military failed to identify the object seen here. This one shows an interception attempt by MiG pilots. There were many cylindrical object interceptions that were reported investigating. We were interested in the high-speed potential of this object. The size of this one is estimated to be about twice the size of a MiG-21. With technology available to us and the Americans, it should not be able to move as fast as it does.
Hey, this footage is still interesting because I don't think the Russians had any idea what they were dealing with here. Their fighters were at least as good as ours, and yet here is something that is completely beyond their capability to intercept. The acceleration rate of this thing is impossible for any aircraft that we know of.
What happens next is that a new object appears from behind the clouds. It was not identified. The new object suddenly descends and disappears into the clouds. Once again, here is the American plane at the same altitude as the MiG. And now here is the object as it appears behind the F-16. And here it emerges from behind the F-16, then goes down and enters the cloud bank. This Soviet Air Force footage was obtained by a group of Russian ufologists. It was declassified by the USSR's Ministry of Defense just before Boris Yeltsin took power. What we are looking at is a view from the cockpit camera of a MiG-23 Flogger, scrambled to intercept 2 unknown targets. What we see now is an apparent merging of the 2 targets. Here is the same shot slowed down. These are obviously not typical flight characteristics of NATO or any other conventional aircraft. The MiG lost visual contact with this object or objects, and there has never been any official identity.
Israeli fighter pilots, here on a training run. But on a top-secret mission earlier this month, Israeli jets are thought to have flown into Syrian airspace.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.